All right, so some technical difficulties, but that's how the cookie crumbles occasionally. But we are gonna have a great session. So, a little bit of a recap for everyone. You guys escaped Loomlurch with some of the kids, not all of the kids, and you guys escaped back to Miss Molly's magic shop. She sort of takes pity on you and also realizes that you guys are sort of her best shot in a while here. So she does end up letting you stay. And you guys awake the next morning feeling well rested, and you start the day with a quick party huddle to discuss the possibility of awakening the familiars. Meow Wolf points out that there is no takesy-backsies for the transformation, and the familiars will be fully sentient and intelligent. You guys sort of have a quick debate about whether or not you should do all of the familiars or just some. Of course, Zindi advocates heavily for Juniper Berry, and of course, Meow Wolf advocates heavily for their own familiars, Keeks and Snoodles, and ultimately Meow Wolf begins awakening all three, beginning with Keeks, and upon being awakened states, "Man, that felt like dog shit," in a gruff, raspy voice, far from the cute squeaks they had heard previously. And immediately after awakening Keeks, Meow Wolf begins to awaken Snoodles, whose voice is high and posh, reminiscent of the Soggy Court or Harper's Feywild accent. Our three adventurers sneak down the stairs past the sleeping children to where Juniper Berry is sleeping outside. Meow Wolf is able to get close to her before she wakes up, and Juniper awakens, clearly slightly more intelligent than both Snoodles and Keeks. Juniper is taken aback about being awakened, and Zindi does her best to explain the situation to a very shocked owlbear. Juniper says that she's going to take a walk to think about the ramifications of the situation, and as she plods away, you hear Molly screeching from the spare bedroom upon discovering Keeks and Snoodles in her spare room. She yells at the party from out the window and bids that the party come explain their actions. You trudge up the stairs to explain, and Molly scolds Meow Wolf for awakening an apex predator without any second thought. She also says that occasionally awakened creatures will stalk the mage who gave them intelligence until the 30-day charm is over. The children interrupt the scolding and are quickly enchanted by Snoodles and Keeks gaining the ability to speak. Meow Wolf is beside themselves with grief and hides in the room in their water snack. Eventually, you go on a nature hike with Boba, who spends the whole time trying to cheer you up, while Keeks makes lewd commentary from above. And as you return, you spend a good deal of time crafting a basket of potions, poultices, and herbs made from not only things that you found in the wild, but also your own flesh, to give to Molly as an apology. You quickly drop it off to her study and let her sort of take her own time with it. And while Zindi spends most of the day outside looking across the lake to see if Juniper is to return soon. Juniper doesn't return until sunset, and upon speaking with Zindi, states that she has made some peace with the situation, even if it is rather distressing. While she is in shock, she still acknowledges that Zindi took her in and cared for her, and that her and Zindi are still good. Molly magically enlarges the room after some awkwardness with inviting Juniper in. The dinner is lively, and Keeks and Snoodles finally meet Juniper officially as their awakened selves. In the middle of dinner, Winterbro arrives back in the shop, fresh from a kill. You guys hastily explain to Winterbow the news, who is just as surprised as everyone else, but is absolutely fascinated. Molly is touched by the gift that Meow Wolf crafted for her, and also, again, states that you guys are really her best bet that she's had in quite a while, and she offers to tutor the party while you guys wait for reinforcements. As you guys spend the next couple days at Molly's shop, sort of settling in again, sort of taking the time to let the familiars sink in, and sort of get used to being awakened, let the children sort of decompress, sort of take your time questioning them about specifics around Loomlurch. But you guys also write a few letters. Meow Wolf writes to King Gullop the day after writing to Bastion and Blanc, calling upon King Gullop and the favor that is owed to them. Harper spends several hours crafting very elaborate letters to send to not only the Summer Court, but just about anyone she could remember on her way through the Feywild in the past, like, decade or so. And Zindi takes out the coin that was given to them by the legendary bard Eliwick, gives it a quick kiss, and feels it grow warm and heavy in their hands. You put it in your pocket, where it remains till the next morning. So, that is where we are going to come upon. We're going to start with Zindi. Zindi, do you sort of... Molly sort of has like a, this is her shop, and she does have a few robes and things, so in the spare bedroom, there is sort of like, extra clothes and whatnot. Did you set aside your clothing before bed?
Oh, okay, yeah. I took a look at some of Molly's new outfits, robes, and since this lady love from my past is returning, I decided I chose something kind of special. So there was this really cool, like, velvet red robe, and that's the one I set aside to wear this morning.
So, as you go for the red robes that you set aside this morning, you wake up. Harper, you are still sleeping at this point. So you go. Zindi is anticipating Eliwick, and you sort of wake up rather early. Also, you have been spending a lot of time with Juniper and just sort of, chatting with her and just sort of getting to know her better. I mean, she's like your best friend, sort of. But you sort of put on the robe and go ahead and give me an investigation check as you sort of rummage around for like your arcane focus and such, and the coin that you had the day before.
22.
So you're looking around, and immediately you kind of notice that you had put your clothes like on the chair, and you sort of noticed that like the pants or trousers that you wore that had pockets with the coin in them are sort of on the ground, and you're sort of like, okay, maybe one of the familiars was in here, maybe Snoodles came in. But you start to look around and you hear like a rustling under your bed.
I kind of look around confused, and I look under the bed.
You look under the bed with that 22, and you immediately are met with beautiful, bright green eyes and a rather beautiful, slick, white frog. about the size of a large cat is under the bed, and you hear it go.
I'm totally caught off guard. I did not expect that. I just jump back and I scream, "Ah! Blanc! Blanc, it's Blanc! My lord! My lord!" And I call out for Meow Wolf.
Am I in the vicinity to hear?
I think you're in the other room,
Okay.
and
Another room,
definitely
yeah.
this also wakes up Harper.
I hear the commotion and I make my way over to Zindi.
I come running towards the bedroom with a dagger drawn.
I'm still on the
You
floor.
immediately just pop up, dagger.
Yeah.
I'm still on the floor. Guys! Oh, you can put that away, Harper. I think we're okay. Sorry for the scare. Blanc came out from under my bed?
And you, Harper, you turn, and Meow Wolf, just as you come in, you guys see come out from under the bed again a rather, like, if you saw this in like a National Geographic photo, you'd be like, that is a beautiful frog. Sort of looks like the green rainforest frog. I definitely had a stuffy of this back in the day, like the tree frog almost, and about the size of a large cat. And as you see the frog sort of bounce out from under the bed, you sort of examine her. Go ahead, and everyone just give me like an insight.
All right. Inside. I have a 22.
Okay. Yeah, well, this
13?
is not Blanc or Bastion.
Oh.
What?
I just stare and notice that it's not Blanc or Bastion, but I don't say anything.
Harper, with the 13, you sort of are like, what? You don't know Bastion or Blanc, so you don't know if this is them, but you are taken aback at the elegance of this creature.
I think I'm just staring at this point. That's all I'm doing.
Really?
Hey, Keeks is he was with me in the other room, so he flies in and goes, "And who the hell are you?"
The frog sort of gives like a very intelligent, sassy look, like, I know you're not talking to me, like in that tone of voice, and sort of just hops towards Zindi and sort of like hops up on a dresser that's next to you to kind of get like eye level, and you notice she has a very, like, almost like a chain, not even like a collar, but a chain, like a little gold medallion.
I reach out and I take a look at the medallion on the necklace of this frog, and it says,
it's just a very fancy E.
E. I guess I roll. Can I roll for insight?
Yeah.
Ooh, dirty 20 plus 6, 26.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
It occurs to you that Eliwick had a familiar, and it was a white albino frog. However, it was much smaller than this frog.
I say out loud, not to anybody in particular, Eliwick? I think E's for Eliwick, guys.
Are you certain?
Yes. Yes, my lord. For some reason, I have never been more certain in my life about this. I know that Eliwick had a familiar who I think was an albino frog, but just, I don't know, but a little bit smaller than this. For some reason. A voice in my head spoke to me.
Perhaps some time's gone by, and the frog has grown.
Oh.
Let's
Yeah.
I mean,
My lord, can you speak to frogs? I'm so sorry if this is offensive.
I mean, I speak Grung. I don't know if this...
At the moment you ask, you hear Snoodles. Come on in. Huffing and puffing as per normal. That's the same.
Oh, hello.
I
Rude?
immediately just smack my hand on my forehead and say, "Oh, I forgot he could talk. Hi, Snoodles."
Yes, it's going to take some time to get used to, isn't it?
Yeah, Harper. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it.
Well, maybe one day.
Totally.
You guys see the white frog sort of turn to look at Snoodles and bounces over and is like, Ribbit? And Snoodles sort of
Beg your pardon?
Ribbit. And they start to have it like the white frog is clearly talking to Snoodles, and Snoodles is picking up what she's putting down.
Oh, I see.
Ribbit.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, well that is spicy. Nothing I eat normally is spicy.
It's spicy?
That's it for the frog for me. Thank you. This is my voice acting debut.
Oh, that was great. That was perfect. So, Snoodles turns around, and Snoodles sort of regards everyone and is like, "This is Eliwick's familiar."
I knew it.
Her name is Snow Thistle.
Snow Thistle?
Yes.
Hi, Snow Thistle. I turn to Snow Thistle and give him a little pat on the head.
Ribbit. And Snoodles laughs. Well, yes, quite so. Oh, so funny. Go ahead and give me another insight check. Just Meow Wolf and Zindi to remember something.
Okay.
Insight check?
Yeah. or history.
Yeah. Ooh.
I didn't. You know what? I'm so distracted. Patting. What's the frog's name again?
Snow thistle.
Snow thistle, so cute. Snow thistle, like kind of like giving Snow thistle scratchies that like my brain totally blanks. I'm so absorbed with the cuteness of Snow thistle.
Zindi is just like, oh yes, another pet.
Oh my god, that doesn't fucking talk. My favorite thing about Snow thistle is that he's silent and only speaks in.
Jesus.
Just immediately dumps everything for the new baby.
I have I crit. I hit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a 24.
Amazing. You remember discussing, like, you guys tried to bring Eliwick with you guys, and Eliwick kind of just was like, I cannot get back to the Fae. And that was part of what tipped her off that something was amiss. And you guys are assuming that the reason that she was like, hey, call upon me, is because she would only entrust her familiar to help the party that was going to kind of save Zybilna and stuff, which Eliwick sort of insinuated that she had some sort of insight onto that.
Meta for Jasmine. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Who's Eliwick again?
Yo, lady friend who you danced with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm confused, but didn't we meet Eliwick in the thing? Or was that before?
No, in the Witchlight Carnival.
Are you fucking kidding me? Was it that long? But
Yeah.
is that when the mushroom? I thought Eliwick. Eliwick's not the.
Eliwick was the bard. Octavia was your first ex.
Who's the bard? I had a romance with the bard?
You had a sassy dance with Eliwick. And Eliwick sort of was like, something's wrong with your mother. And you were what do you know?
Who is she? Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. But wasn't she, like, bad?
No, she just was, like, very powerful, but not... That's why she was like, something is preventing me from going.
Weird. Okay, and she gave me the coin. Okay.
Yes, she gave you the coin and was like, call upon my powers.
Okay, but okay, sorry everybody, I'm having a moment just because, okay,
You're good. This was
But
a
who
long time
hasn't
ago.
had a sexy dance with a bard, am I right?
Hey, who hasn't? It's true.
It comes up. It comes
it's good.
up more often than you
Anyways,
think. You know what I mean?
Lindsay also wasn't there for that, so it's good to get some background.
Yeah. That
We never found out who she was though, right? This is real deep callback, right?
She basically came up to you.
Yeah.
And told you that your mom was in trouble.
Yeah,
and sort of was like,
there's this coin guy, I'm a hottie,
yeah, it was very in and out and then very mysterious.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. So hi, I turned and I actually have been telling Harper all of this information about who Eliwick is, and back to the roleplay. So yeah, Harper, it was really weird, but oh man, I realized. Do you think Eliwick just sent the frog and not? Man, I thought when I rubbed this coin that she was gonna help, but I mean, maybe I was kind of excited, maybe that I'd get to see her again. I don't know.
Well, first off, thank you so much for updating me on who everyone is.
For sure.
Pleasure to meet you, Snow Thistle. You're very cute. And I do Arcana or History to figure out what. Well, I guess I'm trying to figure out like why Eliwick is not here themselves.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll roll Arcana. 17?
You with the 17 Arcana, you're sort of hearing Zindi talk about the fact that Eliwick said that she can't get in herself, and you also know that Zybilna was like a warlock patron to many. And it could be possible that she derives some of her powers from Zybilna. You have definitely heard of Eliwick. You may have even been at a few parties that she played at. But again, very like kind of the person where they sort of just always had like a legend behind their name. No one ever shared stories of when, I knew Eliwick when, they were young, So they've always been pretty mysterious. But you wouldn't be surprised if somehow Zybilna being dethroned has affected people's magic in a negative way. And also blocked portals that people may or may not have known about. It's very, very possible that Eliwick hung around the Witchlight Carnival because she heard about a rumor about the portal, and she had been looking for it, which I think she said that there's a portal, but maybe she hadn't found it herself.
Zindi, the name sounds vaguely familiar.
Eliwick, specifically?
Yeah. Though I don't really know how I would know that. I will say, this is sort of a reason why we need to ensure that my lady's return comes back swiftly. She was patron to some, and if they've done deals magically with her, that could be why your Eliwick cannot return, because magic and such.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope she's okay. I still have the coin in my hand, and I kind of...
You actually never found the coin.
Oh, okay, JK. I think about the coin. Sorry.
As you look, as you sort of regard Snow Thistle, you see that she had jumped up to like the dresser and is sort of peering outside and sort of like looking out onto the lake. Maybe if the window's open, try to flick her tongue out, and you see she looks back at you momentarily, and as like the green eyes flash towards you, they glint so gold, and for just a second they look like the gold medallion that Eliwick gave you.
Whoa. Whoa! That's all I say.
He's like, I'll see you, Eliwick.
Are you alright? Did touching to them hurt you?
Yeah, don't worry, Harper. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh.
What did you see? You look like you were spazzing out for a bit there. Just
Oh, jeez, I put my hand to my head again. I forgot he could talk too.
Yeah, again, I think it's going to take some use to.
Oh,
He usually says what I'm thinking, but I never want to say it out loud because I feel like I'm going to sound like an asshole.
well, my lord, you two are truly a match made by the gods.
You still haven't answered if you gig.
Pardon?
So, you guys, this is the day after you guys, wrote your letters. So we're gonna sort of just be like, you guys spend the week tutoring, the kids, spend time with Molly. Molly really seems like, I mean, honestly, Molly's a big softie. Like, she acts tough because times is hard, but you guys sort of spend this week, and it really dawns on you guys, like, you guys sort of get in your own flow. You hear children laughing. Meow Wolf, there was never a ton of kids, around. You were always more, the oddball out. And having Boba look up to you and everyone address you as my highness, my king, my liege. I mean, it feels good, and I know, and you know that awakening the familiars was dicey. It's dicey. It was maybe not the most informed decision you've ever made, but you really are enjoying talking to Keeks. You guys stay up late and talk about maybe things you wouldn't talk about in front of anyone else. You guys reminisce on crazy times. You talk about the time that Keeks saved your life. You thank him for it. And Snoodles sort of, is blissfully. You guys ever have like a cat that's like real dumb, and you're just like, he just doesn't know how stupid he is, and I love him for that. He's just such a cinnamon roll in a harsh world. That's Snoodles, and Snoodles always has a dumb thing to say, and always sort of huffs to break the tension. And you guys sort of, Harper, you've been on your own for years, and to be in a full house, surrounded by other casters, by people who would protect you, by people who know the old ways. Things were never this lively with children in the castle per se, but it feels good. And Zindi, you sort of look at the kids, and again, you're struck by Will's confidence and his ability to make light of the situation, and his leadership, and just how, even in the face of horrible danger and abuse and his parents being kidnapped, and he has to wait while they're suffering not 15 miles away, he still spends every day playing the lute, practicing, invites you to play with him. Sweet kid. You guys sort of have a really sobering like week, sort of just recognizing the gravity of the situation and how directly it's influencing these kids' lives, and how Molly's joy is returning. And Harper, you remember like when it was good in the Fae, when it was fun. You guys kind of get a glimpse of like what could be if power was restored to better hands.
I think I cried tears of joy.
Yeah.
Snoodles is in the room and he goes, "Oh."
What? What are you saying about?
I'm just making a noise.
I cuddle Snoodles.
Aww.
He snorts.
Why does everything have to be so beautiful here?
Aww.
Squeeze him harder.
I do agree, Harper. It's a beautiful sight. So we're gonna help. Zindi's friend, the passionate dancer.
Thank you, my lord.
It starts with an E.
Eliwick, my lord.
I think it ends with a K. Eliwick. Indeed. Yes. So, as our plan seems to be coming together, are we to share our communications with this young froggy deer, or are we just going to proceed into getting further prepared to go back to the castle and pull the bugs out of that rotten wooden witch?
Sorry, my lord, you were asking if we are to share our information with Eliwick?
Yeah. Because I mean, are we going to go rescue Eliwick first, and then go to the Scabatha?
Oh no, my lord. No, I don't think so. I mean, like, she's hot, but I think we should prioritize the children. Like, I feel like
That's exactly how I was feeling.
Wait,
like,
hold,
if we
hold on,
stay-
hold on. Eliwick's not like in trouble.
no,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I like, she just like, it's just like that. I assume like her magic, like she just can't be around because, right, of the current powers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They would,
yeah.
they would come for her, essentially. She's powerful. She's known. She gotta lay low.
Also assume that, like, even if she was to have found the portal, she'd still have to, like, pick and choose when to use it, right?
There was a password that you had to know.
Yeah.
Like, who know, and Eliwick was sort of would come by and it, didn't want to raise any suspicions on what maybe her motives were. So you guys wait. You guys are gonna, like, essentially you guys are gonna give everyone like 2 weeks. Either you're gonna get some kind of response or someone's gonna show up. And Molly sort of reassures you guys that, like, it really shouldn't take much longer than that. And you guys sort of maybe think for a second, like, I hope Molly is not, like, prolonging this just because she wants everyone to be safe and well. But you guys are like, well, we do need backup.
Mm-hmm.
So, Meow Wolf, go ahead and roll me a D4.
Okay. D4. Let's see here. One.
Okay. So, the day after you send the letter, and the day you send the letter to King Golub, so about 2 days after you had sent the letter to Bastion de Blanc, late into the night, a polite rap on the door. Molly answers. Your Highness, I believe, these are your visitors? Oh, come on in, come on in. Oh, thank you so much, thank you so much. Oh, it is raining. Oh, come on, Bastion.
Oh. I run out of the room and I run up to Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
Is that and I go to almost give Blanc a hug, and then I remember about my slime, and I just awkwardly stop myself, like, and you see me get on my little tippy toes to not run into Blanc. And I go, oh, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, yeah, it's so good to see you, my lord. I got your letter and I made arrangements right away. I was so happy to hear from you. Bastion was too, right, Bastion? Ribbit. And just like, Bastion's pretty big, like, because Bastion is meant to be ridden on by the king. And so, you know, good thing that Molly sort of enlarged the room magically, because otherwise Bastion maybe wouldn't have fit. And Molly sort of like looks at you guys and is like, yes, I will put on just a spot of tea, just 1 second. And she sort of like shimmies into the back with her slippers on and steals a quick look at Meow Wolf before she leaves with a big, toothy, perfect grin and a twinkle in her eye.
Well, I didn't think you were gonna respond, Blanc. Thank you for stopping by and helping us with trying to get Scabatha killed. Just killed.
Yeah,
I was trying to say it nicely, but I think she just needs to be killed.
Well, yeah. Also, you well, something ate Bavlorna. I actually found her. Or what was left of her. Yeah. But things have been good. Things have been good. I am now advisor to the king.
Who's the king?
Sir Ribleaf.
What? Can I do a history check or something if I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Can I roll one too?
Sure.
History.
21.
Woo! Can you do something for me? I got an 8. So I'm just like doing a little
Zindi,
dance.
do you wanna roll?
Can I also roll for Keeks?
I think I'm okay. Sorry, I'm crunching.
Yeah, you can roll for Keeks.
All right. I'm just like dancing about that. Blanc is here, so I'm like so happy. Keeks is like, this one's smitten over here, and I have my thumb up my ass.
I guess that's...
Gets a 7.
You got... Okay. Keeks and Meow Wolf sort of hear the name Sir Ribleaf, and you're like, not ringing a bell. But like, I don't know, we talked to like a lot of bullywugs in the Soggy Court, and they were all vapid and vain. So Bastion and Blanc were the only 2 cool bullywugs. And King Gulp was kind of a coward, but like, he was okay, I guess. Harper, you, there was no Soggy Court, when you, were in Zybilma's, court, but you did try to sort of appease Bavlorna. Like, you tried with Bavlorna first and was like, oh, well, Bavlorna has like a court, so, and I'm a court advisor, and like, da-da-da. And like, you tried that angle and realized extremely quickly that the Soggy Court only cared about gossip and drama, and that Bavlorna goes through husbands like she does tissue, and you wanted no part of that. But you do remember a young, cocky, rude, fat, boisterous knight called Sir Ribleaf, who had a really unfortunate beard situation. And you didn't really question it because you're like, I don't even know how bullywugs grow facial hair, but I'm sort of So you just remember a really unfortunate dude, and you're just sort of like, I
think I just stay polite.
You're like,
I'm just polite.
Yeah, classic courtly, like, You see, Bastion sort of like hops around, finds the stack of pillows that Juniper has been laying in, sort of sniffs and is like and makes like that noise as a frog, and sort of starts and like turns around so suddenly, leaps towards the door and starts like pawing at the door and like crying, and Blanc is like, oh Bastion, what's wrong, and they sort of like, he sort of like looks over him and he's like, oh, he must have, something must be scaring him in here, I don't know what, to be terrifying him like that.
Could I make a animal handling or a...
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Let's see here. Roll. Alright, I got a 19.
Meow Wolf, you go over to Bastion and, you guys sort of have a connection. And you're sort of like, shh, Bastion, it's okay. And Bastion sort of like, just like calms down a little and just like whimpers a bit. And at that moment, you guys, the door swings open, and you guys see Juniper Berry, giant owlbear, silhouetted in the door, and she's like, I just came back from my hunt. I'm gonna wipe my paw. Oh, I guess we have company. And Bastion is flipping the fuck out. He's like, and he like dives under the pillows.
Wow.
Yeah, that might be good, Bastion. You did take her bed, so.
So, am I able to convince Bastion to calm down, or should I ask Juniper Berry to maybe I don't know, maybe like I don't know what to ask her because she didn't do anything. Besides this.
So I'll use the 19. So you go back over to Bastion and you're like, Bastion, it's okay. Juniper's a friend. And then Juniper sort of like looks really like sad for a second. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm big. It's okay. And she sort of like kind of backs away from the door, and Blanc is just like, the owlbear.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
The owlbear is talking.
Yeah, she does that now. She's really good at it, and we love her for it. Isn't that right, everyone? We love Juniper Berry talking, and it's
Junebuggy, Junie, and I go up to her and give her a big hug around her neck.
Yeah,
she nuzzles into you, and you know, she's just like, I'm sorry. I know we have guests. I know. I'm sorry.
No. You don't have to perform for them. I gave her a little scratchy behind the ears.
Blanc is sort of like, I've never. I know that this is possible. I know that this magic, but I've never met. Hi. And he sort of like gets really like, it's just very fascinating. He's like an animal expert.
And then I go, Blanc, just moments before you arrived, this a fascinating state of events happened, and I can fill you in on it, on how it happened. But just to let you know, I didn't swear to not do that again. Unless it was a very, very specific situation. So this is probably not going to be something you're going to see too often. But all of these beautiful, amazing, alive entities are our friends.
My lord, there's more.
Yeah. There's, you remember my little bat Keeks, right? He's, I had a little speak.
How can I forget? And you still have the royal crocodile.
And of course, Snoodles. Oh, my dear sweet Snoodles. Yes. Well, there's when they awakened, because I didn't realize my spell was irreversible. I thought I was just going to be able to, chitty chat. And then later on, I found out it was irreversible, and then I did tell everyone that it was irreversible, but I really didn't think about what irreversible really meant to me. I saw it in a book, and I read it 5 times, and sometimes it doesn't really absorb. So I was like, it's irreversible. It's gonna work fine. So, apparently I misconstrued the moment, and now we have really good friends that are gonna talk to us. But don't. It won't happen with Bastion. I promise.
Oh, but my lord, I must speak to these creatures. And like literally Blanc like is so excited. You've honestly never seen him this excited before, and he starts running up the stairs, sort of almost like forgetting himself, and he's just yammering on. He's like, "Oh my lord, you have this power just all the time. I couldn't even fathom awakening the royal steed. We'll discuss this later. We'll discuss. Snoodles."
Hi. Good to
Magnificent.
see you.
So yeah, Bastion and Blanc arrive very shortly after you call upon them. They obviously high fucking tailed it out of there, since they are now a royal advisor and obviously keeper of the royal steed. They seem to have a lot of strings that they pull, and if Harper's memory serves, Sir Ribleaf is a more into carousing and tomfoolery than like ruling. So probably Blanc has kind of right to do whatever they want. And you guys sort of are hopeful that the rest of your messages come through. Blanc sort of spends literally the rest of the stays up all night talking to Keeks and Snoodles and just grilling them about their experiences, and would come down every so often to like chat to Juniper, but Juniper wasn't having it because she kept trying to like sleep. And Molly also had to enlarge the stairs because Bastion would absolutely not sleep downstairs with Juniper because he's terrified of her.
She's made that place so big.
Yeah, it's like, you guys can kind of see, like, in the picture that I have, like, it's like areas just keep getting bigger.
I look for it in the chat. Is it in the general chat?
It's in the Owlbear Rodeo. Harper, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Three.
So, 3 days after Bastion and Blanc arrive, so basically a week after you send the letter, what do you normally spend your days doing?
Here at Molly's?
Yeah.
I think I have been studying and just admiring like all of the stuff that Molly has collected, and helping around the house, like keeping tidy and helping to clean and stuff, because hospitality in old ways. And it's probably about it. Help watch the children.
You're taking sort of like a little break outside. You're kind of just taking a walk around the lake, sort of again reminiscing about how peaceful it is here, and how you've been feeling the past week. And Zindi, what are you normally doing?
Well, ever since that the animals got awakened, I've been spending time with Juniper Berry and kind of going for walks around the lake, and then spending some time in the library studying, and then also occasionally hanging out with the kids, playing songs for them. Usually once they bug me enough to get some entertainment. That's what I usually end up doing.
So, you guys are Zindi. You finally got sort of cornered into playing outside with Juniper and Snoodles, with the with the kiddos. And you guys are sort of having like a semi performance with Will.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Harper, you are taking a peaceful nature walk around the lake. You guys look up um in different areas of the sanctuary area, but you guys see a pair of dragon wings sort of casting a shadow across the beautiful day. And
I
go ahead.
I hear like the really loud flapping. I imagine like it's kind of like hearing like a helicopter. Like you're like, is that or this? And I turn to Harper. Do you hear dragon wings?
Uh, I look up, I look around. And can I roll? Can we roll?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can roll perception.
All right. 24.
21.
Also 21.
Ooh.
It's Sir Talavar.
It's Sir Talavar! Harper, it's Sir Talavar! Oh, have we mentioned him? I'll fill you in. I'll fill you in later. I start waving. Don't worry. He's great. I wave. Sir
Harper,
Talavar!
you actually know Sir Talavar. You remember him from long time ago, long time ago. You the Summer Court, kind of their own thing, but you remember him as one of the great knights, and like, of course, he's kind of retired now, but uh, you know him.
What? No way! You also know Sir Talavar? That's crazy. Wow, it's almost kind of like you were like meant to join our group or something.
I just know a lot of people.
I love how grumpy Harper is.
Nonsense.
Poor Harper has like been alone and sad like for 15 years, and it's just like, yeah, evil hags taking over my land. You guys hear the beat of the dragon wings, and soon you guys hear um Sir Talavar land. And you hear Sir Talavar call out, he goes, "It is I, Sir Talavar, at the request of Zybilna and her court, come to answer the call." And you guys sort of like poke your head out from the sort of garden area you guys are, and he sees you and he recognizes Zindi and is like, "Ah, of course, Zindi, come here."
I
Ah,
give him a big hug.
and he sort of like embraces you, and he sees Harper and of course bows very dramatically to Harper as well.
I curtsy and I like slowly hop over and say, Satalavar, it's been far too long. You're looking well.
It has been far too long. Of course you would be enchanted by my dear friends here. He sort of claps Zindi on the back and says, "I'm sure these scoundrels have dragged you into some preposterous scheme, but I got your letter."
Oh, we're so glad. Oh, Sir Talavar, we need your help again. We're kind of in a pickle. Um, Also, just heads up, and like June Buggy is I like I I motioned to June Buggy to like come over.
Goodness! Stand back! Beast!
Oh.
I will protect you!
I'm so sorry. For some reason, I thought that you guys had already met. This is my owl bear, Juniper Berry, and I just kind of hold my hand out to Juniper Berry. June Buggy, you want to introduce yourself?
June Buggy sort of like for a minute, because Sir Talvar fully is like he is a grown fairy dragon, which fairy dragons like grown get to the size of like a full grown wormling. They're not a true dragon, but they are draconic, and has her at full sword point, and so she sort of like does like the bow thing and like but doesn't take her eyes off him, and she says pleased to meet you, Sir Talvar. We have not had the fortune to meet yet. Please put the sword down. Oh, goodness, my apologies. And he like sheathes his sword, and he sort of regards Zindi and looks back at Juniper, looks at Zindi and says, I sense that there is a long story that is attached to this, and I'm sure that
Yes, it looks quite long indeed.
My lord, I knew somehow you were involved.
Yes. Well, who else would do such a thing other than I? It's such a wise and smart and intelligent thing. And I start laughing to myself.
Quite, me lord. Yes. We have much to talk about. It seems. I've never. What is this place? And you guys kind of like see Molly come out from the door. Sorry, was someone gonna speak?
No, go for it.
You guys see Molly come out, and Molly sort of is like, well, sir, pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she sort of gives a really elaborate curtsy. He gives her a really elaborate bow back, and she goes, well, lunch is almost ready. Children, time to wash up. And you are, of course, invited. What was your name, Mr. Dragon? Sir Talavar of the Summer Court. Yes. Oh, well, and she sort of gets like less nervous, and she goes, of the Summer Court. Well, I haven't been to the Summer Court in just ages now. And Sir Talvar sort of lights up, and then his face darkens. And he goes, yes, perhaps I should, maybe somewhere a little bit more private, away from the children. And Molly sort of looks at Sir Talvar and is like, right, go along, children. And Molly sort of leads you guys further into the garden. The garden sort of turns into almost like a maze area, and she sort of leads you to like a fountain in the center that kind of masks what you guys are talking about. It is just Meow Wolf, Zindi, Harper, Sir Talvar, and Molly. And Sir Talvar sort of has this look on his face, and he sort of sits down on the fountain and says, well, last we departed, headed straight for the Summer Court to be reunited with being Tatiana, and I had every hope and intention that the summer court was untouched by this evilness. I managed to make it back to the summer realm. And what met me was, well, there's no one left.
Excuse me?
What?
No one left?
I went to the castle. I looked through so many bodies to try and find Queen Tatiana. I never found her.
Oh,
And
man.
I looked and I buried and I burned and I tried to make heads or tails of things and maybe tried to see if someone had escaped, and I flew around the realm and
This is horrifying.
there's no one. I don't know if they're hiding. I don't know, maybe they escaped to a pocket dimension. I don't know. Uh, I never found Queen Tatiana. I hope she's safe. And well, the only good news I had in the last couple weeks was finally someone did show. Lady Morgort with her young ward, and I was so happy to see someone else, another survivor. And of course, we had words. Yeah, she wasn't actually that pleased with me. Mm-hmm. But and of course she was devastated. Um, she has tasked herself with trying to find if there is anyone. She's going on foot with her ward, and when I received your letter at the castle, I wrapped up my duties and I flew straight here.
Thank you for arriving promptly. That is both bone chilling, unnerving, and hopefully the outcome that we together, working together to kill our that awful witch together.
That is why I've come, my lord. They must die.
I do believe that with everyone that is arriving, we stand a very good chance to see this evil power overturned.
I hope so. That's why I came. I want to. I hope Lady Morgort finds some survivors. But even still, there are survivors in these realms, and they deserve the fighting chance as well. I'm at your disposal. And he salutes to you guys.
Oh, just at ease. We please get some rest, and we shall convene when it gets closer to the day, and we will all be in tip top shape as to take care of this.
Once everyone arrives, we can come up with a game plan together. But for now, enjoy your lunch.
Oh, thank you, Lady Harper. Well, who are we waiting on?
In case anyone else shows up that we may have written to.
I do believe everyone I've written to has shown up.
You have not heard from King Gullop.
Oh, King Gullop. Yes. Yes, the allegedly dead King Gullop.
So, you guys, again, after Sir Talavar arrives, um, you guys are kind of chilling, and you're sort of like, well, okay, Eliwick sent someone. I guess the Summer Court sent someone. Uh, Harper, you're really holding out hope. You're like, truly, somebody must answer another letter. I wrote like 10 of those suckers. Um, and go ahead and roll me a D4 once more. Meow Wolf.
Alright. Let's see here. D4. 3.
3 days after Sir Talavar arrives, which would be the 10th day of the 2 weeks, you receive a letter. A sparrow raps sharply on the window early one morning and haughtily dumps the letter in the room and flits back out.
Oh. Well, I will take a look, see, and see what's happening here. And I open the letter.
You open the letter. It is on fine parchment. It has a beautiful seal. And the calligraphy is immaculate. It reads, "My dearest Lord and Savior, I write to you to let you know that I unfortunately have a previous engagement and absolutely cannot join you on this request you have uh, decided to uh, ask me about. I find myself incapacitated, and I truly thank you for thinking of me, but I must decline. Please do write to me in the future. Yours truly, King Gullop the 17th.
I do sincerely believe that he's unable to show up.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll an insight and or if you want, you can just believe something.
I'm going to roll an insight.
I love this letter. It makes no sense. I find myself preoccupied. I am incapacitated. Yours truly.
I have a 12. I want to believe him.
Yeah, you read the letter and you're like, darn. I guess King Gullop really is. He must have something really important to do. I bet he is, uh, uh, rounding up revolutionaries to take on Endelin right now. Such a nice guy.
Such a nice
If
guy.
you like, you can roll for Keeks or
All
Snoodles to read the letter.
right, so let me go ahead. This one's for Keeks. He got a 23. Let me take a gander, my
He
lady.
snatches it out of your hands. And let me read this really quick.
So he takes a look and he goes, "Yeah, this guy is feeding you a line. I can't help but to say that he's just saying words that connect together, but don't actually say much of anything at all. So in short, he's telling you that you can eat his glizzy if you will skis." I don't even know what that is, Keeks, but I don't really want to know. So I'm assuming it's a no. It's a no. Yes, it's a no. Big fat stinking absolutely fucking Notskas. Okay, got it. Got it. So everyone, you heard Keeks. He's not coming. He's not coming. That's good. So everyone's responded. Everyone's taken care. I think we can go forward and go murder Scabatha.
Yes, I'm definitely ready, my lord. How about you, Harper?
Uh, did we decide on a plan? Have we informed everyone of our plan?
You guys have not settled on a plan yet. You got your first plan was see how many people you can get. Then you were gonna form a plan around that.
We can definitely ride in Bastion's mouth. At least, how many would you say? Like
One.
three, one. Even even the small ones.
Who are you taking that's small? Maybe Keeks and like Will.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So Will's gonna fight.
Yeah, he said that, remember?
That's
was
again
whole...
up to y'all. Like
Oh,
definitely.
I thought that, remember Will was like, I need to fight.
Yeah, Will is the one that is going to have a shit fit if you don't let him fight.
Yeah. So he'll be there.
Yeah. Will's like the one you have to bring. Everyone else you can decide not to.
I see. We're definitely bringing Will.
Cool.
Got it.
So yeah, you guys have essentially, technically, in your minds, you were like, okay, we'll wait the 2 weeks. But you guys are essentially all sitting around like, I mean, I think this is everyone. So
Yeah.
you guys spend the next couple days strategizing. So you guys can roleplay or meta, just be like, what do you guys want to do? How you guys want to approach this?
Okay, so are we talking meta or are we talking in character first off?
We can talk in meta. I think
For
it
sure.
might be a little
Okay, great.
easier.
So I know that I know that Jasmine had mentioned that Zindi has invisibility, and Harper, what were your attributes as far as for fighting again?
Let me see.
Harper picked up a couple new like fighting skills, and then also has alter self, like as like a disguise method.
And I have my crossbow as like a long range weapon.
Nice.
And you, Meow Wolf?
I have my spells. My cantrips, I have frostbite, which is a 2d6 effect with a 60-foot range. I got poison spray, which is a 2d12. And both of those take a Constitution save of 15. The poison spray is a 10-foot range. I have beast bond. I have earth tremor. I have entangle. I have healing word. I have speak with animals. I have earth tremor level 2. I have bark skin. Healing word level 2. Locate animals or plants so we can locate that damn pig. Yeah.
Top of your fucking list.
Oh, I
forgot
get
about the pig.
We're getting that pig. I got something called, what is this? I got pass without a trace. I got spider climb. I got call of lightning. Earth tremor. I got what was this? 3rd level healing word. Speak with plants. Oh, and because of my staff, I have awaken, and I have wall of thorns.
You have a lot of really great defensive and offensive spells.
Yeah, Druid. That shit fucks up, will fuck you up. So,
Yeah. Like, for instance, like the ice shard, I tried to,
so
stop.
Pass Without Trace can be casted on multiple people, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Let me see.
It should say.
It says, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, making you and your companions, yep, from detection for the duration of each creature you choose, 30 feet.
Lasts for an hour, right?
It has a 10. What is this? A D10.
It adds 10 to your
bonus.
stealth, essentially.
Yeah, it gives a D10 bonus to your dexterity checks, and can't be tracked except for magical means. The creatures that receive a bonus leave behind no tracks and no traces of their passage.
The best thing is this is part of your staff, and Pass Without Trace is at will. So you can just keep casting this. So it actually doesn't matter, because you can cast it at will. So you can cast it as many people as you fucking want. So you guys have a full-blown, like, sneak element. As long as someone's dex isn't, like, terrible, or they roll, like, a 1.
Huh.
You also have invisibility. I mean, and like, so you guys have options to sort of like split,
Stealth.
split people or hide people in a couple different ways. So whichever way you guys want to take it is cool. But you guys do have stuff that allows you to sneak in.
I like the idea of using Pass Without Trace for as long as we can to get to where we need to, specifically to Skabatha. Like, if there's a way that we could, like, bypass any of the henchmen,
You have
save
so
our energy.
many people who have insider knowledge on Loomlurch that, like, you guys, we totally can say that you guys spent 2 weeks making a map of Loomlurch.
Yeah, and Will really knows Loomlurch super well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I like roll for Will to maybe give us some like super tips or like really good like battle tactic planning?
No need to roll. You guys, we said in like the last episode that basically you guys have spent enough time with people who are very, very familiar with Loomlurch that you guys basically, anytime when you're at Loomlurch or need information about Loomlurch, like, you guys can roll with advantage on any kind of check that you want to do. So was there something specific that you wanted to know about Loomlurch?
No, I was just kind of fishing for ideas. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd like to know if there are any secret hidden passageway to get in from, like, whether underground or from in the air.
That's a good question.
I love a secret passageway. Yeah.
Let me look at this freaking map.
Because I like the idea if there's like a tunnel that even if it just leads into like a courtyard inside the castle or something, then we'd be able to like sneak our way in.
Okay. So couple different things. One, you guys know that there is a river that floats under Loomlurch. And it's just like one section of it. But since you guys have frogs and such, that is a very plausible way to go in. There's also forests on each side, but it's a little bit less. Like, either way, in order to get to the pig, you do have to cross a couple of, like, scarecrows and stuff. But those are all, like, they have to be able to see you. So again, it's more of like as long as you guys roll really, really well, and if, like, for something like the pig, let's say, you guys could wait outside, like, of the area, like in the forest or something. Have your +10 just be like, we are too far away from them to see, and send whoever has the best dex or the best roll out there to go get the pig by themselves with Pass Without Trace and invisibility. Like, that's almost impossible to see people. So if you guys do it, like, super sneaky and sort of break it off in bits like that, I could totally see that working out. But that is a little dicier because it's up to the dice. And sometimes shit can go crazy wrong. But you guys are also really packing heat at this point.
Well, the river seems plausible.
Yeah.
Is there a map on Owlbear Radio for us to look at of like what?
Oh, sure. Let me
Yeah,
pop that up for y'all.
Yeah, like let's take a look at that.
Let's take a gander. And I know on the stream it's gonna show, like, some of the hidden stuff, but we'll just say, like, because, you know, people are giving insight into stuff, it makes sense that they can see it. But,
Okay. Is it on the out there?
Yeah, I'd have to turn each thing on individually, but just to give you guys, like, a rundown, you guys know that the chair mimics are permanent guards, and that Scabatha knows which one isn't a mimic. You guys know that the boggles sort of lurk around children, that there is skeletons that can come out of the ground, as well as scarecrows that are alarms. You guys have seen snakes. You guys have seen...
Question. Yeah, this kind of orientation. So this river that's up by like L14, like in like the north of the map. Are we north? Like what direction are we coming from right now?
You guys are actually like, south, but the...
Oh, I see. There's that river. There's the river and moat south. Okay. So we would be coming.
Have to go on, like, you guys would have to. The lake that Molly has does connect to this river, but it's down. It's down. So you guys would just go onto the other side and sort of walk up.
Got it. So there's literally like no other way unless like we were to like climb like over and like through this. Okay, so it looks like the entrances are L1, those two bridges that are at the bottom of the map that go over the river, and it looks like the river's kind of like it's like a moat / like
that's like a dried up river.
Okay, like, and it's like so like that's the main entrances are those like
one's like the goblin market that's now burned down entrance. One is the main entrance that you guys already went through. There is a side door that leads out to the garden and the forest.
And that's it, like
through L4.
L4. Okay, I see. Around L2, is that where the side door is?
Yeah, around L4, and then the ones where it has like the light shining through into L2, those were windows, so technically you could go through there. There is a staircase up into the dormitories but off of L5, which is known to have snakes and shit.
Snakes like bad.
Yeah. And
it could be
the main. Those are the entrances.
We could, okay, guys. Like, we could like drop into like the like river bed and like instead of going over the bridge, like climb down into the riverbed and then like cross the river by some means, and then climb up out of the riverbed and try to enter Loom Lurch via the like L2 windows / side door. I feel like, in my opinion, that would be like probably the smartest. Our issues would be, not being seen going into the riverbed, not drowning in the river, and then staying undetected as we kind of try to go through the green area and obviously getting into Loomlurch undetected. So it would be, I guess, an issue of like strategy and like getting over the river and then being, sneaky enough and smart enough to not get detected as we try to do the side door.
Meow Wolf, do you know Mold Earth?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
I can probably get rid of something. Why? Why? How did you want to use it?
Depending on the terrain. Well, I like Zindi's idea too. Depending on the terrain, you could like. What was that?
Oh, I said I'm fine with anything aquatic because I can swim in water real well.
Mm-hmm.
And Blanc and technically Bastion and Blanc can too.
Yep.
So like, and then we can have somebody in the mouth that doesn't swim very well. And then everyone else, and we can have pass without a trace going on.
Juniper can swim. Just heads up.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Great. And Juniper is really big. Oh, and we have Bastion too. Like we can like kind of ride
into battle essentially.
Ride the big boys.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so you guys can do that, and that totally works in your favor because like the elements are on your side, and then you guys can kind of hide under the tree branches and then sort of.
Oh, and we have Sir Talavar too. Okay, so we have Sir Talavar. Should we? Question is, so Harper, in the past when we did kind of like big missions, Sir Talavar would be like flying in the sky, kind of being like our like eye in the sky, and he has this power where he can like incept into our brains to talk to us.
Yeah.
To like give us heads up and information like that. So question is, should we use Sir Talavar like that, or if he should be like kind of on the ground with us? I feel like it could be nice to have him as like eye in the sky as we're trying to like infiltrate and like enter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, maybe we could use Sir Talavar. We like call him in at a moment, either when we really need a distraction, like be like, Sir Talavar crashed through the motherfucking window, and then he crashes, and then like fire.
That moment in Shrek.
Yeah, yes, that's literally that has to be exactly what I was referencing probably in my brain. I need a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Da, 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 da. Doesn't that happen during that song?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we will. Oh, great! Me and Will play "I Need a Hero."
There you go.
That's it. Okay. So during our time at Molly's, Will and I have been, really jamming for all the kids, and we have started to come up with we've written this song called and then it kind of goes a little like I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be first from the fight. It's actually called I Need a Dragon. That's it. I need a dragon. Yes. And how about that can be like Will and I, that'll be like our, like, when we need Sir Talavar, because we can't incept into Sir Talavar's head, so like it needs to be loud enough for Sir Talavar to hear. So either we call Sir Talavar in to like crash into the window when we're really in a pinch, or when we finally find the hag and we call him in to like totally like shatter the windows. I think that like having a giant crazy like bonkers out of nowhere distraction of a dragon flying through the window will
Clutch.
allow us to ambush like either if we need it in a pinch or in to really give us a leg up in the big bad fight.
Absolutely.
The trigger will be singing I need the holding out for a dragon by
Absolutely.
Zindi and Will.
He also has greater invisibility, so that also works in y'all's favor.
Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, I like that idea. But yeah, absolutely up to y'all. Do you guys want to go the aquatic route? Play to your strengths?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well, we are going to end it on the eve of the night that you guys are sort of packing up, and you guys are going to take. Let me make a list here. All right, so it's gonna be obviously the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bastion and Blanc,
Yes.
Right on.
Sir Talavar,
Yes.
Will,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Winterbow.
Yes.
Okay. And Juniper?
Hell yeah.
And I think
And Keeks and Snoodles?
Snoodles maybe can stay with the children for moral support. Somebody needs to watch over the kids with Molly.
Snoodles did get I posted it in the general, but Snoodles did get like an awakened crocodilian bonus, essentially. Like Snoodles can fight.
well, yeah, it's like
Can, but
wanna
should he?
Snoodles. I think Snoodles wants to fight.
Oh, it's true, and I mean he can swim. He's literally a crocodile.
Yeah,
So
that does work with your plan. And then
Okay.
Keeks can fly, so and cause a distraction. Okay, so Bastion Boxer, Talfar, Will, Winterbow, Juniper, Keeks, Snoodles. Let me flip it back to our other screen and see if I'm missing anyone. Sloane, Boba, Sung, and Philomena are gonna stay behind with Molly. And Philomena has literally just cried for 2 weeks straight. Like
Yes. We can't forget about the pig.
Yeah, she just like she can't let it go. And you guys are just like, oh my god, like we have promised this poor girl her only thing in the world that she cares about, and we just don't even know if he's still alive. I'm really hoping.
Please.
And like Sloane kind of makes a little bit of a fuss about not going, but Winterbow sort of like takes her aside and is like, you know, it's not wise to sacrifice the next generation so young, and your time will come. But we are going on. We're gonna rescue your fellow brethren here, and we don't want you to be re-kidnapped or anything. You're too precious cargo. And he sort of like ruffles her red hair, and she's like, fine.
I assume that we're kind of like all like kind of like in a circle, like we're going over the plan for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or it might be a little bit, we're looking at the map, we're writing notes, and I turn to everybody and I say, okay, everybody, remember, when Will and I start playing our song, that means that we are in fighting mode, right? Okay, should we I wanted to, make sure that we all know what the song sounds like. So I turn to Will and I say, I pull out my lute and I hand it to him and I say, "Hit it, Will."
And then we will you got it, as if this was a
Sorry.
TV episode. It'd be like,
Sorry,
I
one
need a
sec.
hero.
Awesome.
Hit it, Will.
So we will end there, and next episode we will make our way to Loom Lurch.
Dun dun
Awesome.
dun.
And then,
Whoop, whoop. I need a hero.
I need a hero. Yes, and that's what's playing over the credits of this episode.
Yeah.
It's Will and Zindi just have an epic I need a hero loot duet.
Thanks for indulging me, guys.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna end the stream.